Hello, good morning to everyone. I'm going to present to you our work that we made in UNAM Instituto de Energías Renovables. My name is Christopher Rosiles, um, and it's about the controlled growth of hydrate TiO2 nanospheres by a thiol structure directing agent with application in efficient DCC cells. This work was also made possible with the help of Maribel Ocampo Gaspar and Antonio Esteban Jimenez González. We all work in Instituto de Energías Renovables from UNAM. Our highlights of this work are the following. First, we obtained monodispersed hydrous TiO2 spheres by a salt gel route using a thiol as a structure directing agent and not the typical amines or carboxylic acids that are reported in other works, especially amines. Also, we are able to control the diameter of these spheres between 150 and 950 nanometers by varying the molar ratio of water with titanium. This value is typical name RW, and in our case we changed it from 15 to 120. This was special because this range is usually wider. For example, with the synthesis of the amine group that is typical from 2 to 16. So we are able to have more degrees of liberty, especially with the quantity of water. So we can control the size of these spheres more easily than with the amine group. Finally, we use TiO2 spheres of around 250 nanometers to create a reflective layer in a dye-sensitized solar cell, and we obtain a maximum power conversion of 9%. If we don't use this reflective layer and only use transparent layer, we obtain a solar cell with 7.75% of efficiency with the same thickness. Then I'm going to talk to you about some important application that these TiO2 spheres have. So it is important to have more synthesis route for this type of material because we can make photoelectrodes. That is the application that we show in this work. But also we found that they can be used in environmental photocatalysis, in making solar fuels, in lithium batteries, smart coatings, and self-cleaning coatings. So these are normally the applications that have been explored with this type of material. So they are very important to explore. Uh, our methodology is basically to have an ethanol solution in which we add titanium butoxide. We didn't use titanium isopropoxide because it's more sensitive to humidity. So we can use butoxide in an ambient with more humidity. And we use 3-mercaptonic acid MPA as our structure directing agent. It's a molecule that helps to control to have some control in the morphology of our spheres and also protects the surface of these spheres that are made. And when we have these two components, we agitate for some time, between 5 to 7 minutes, and then we add a specific quantity of water. So we controlling the quantity of water related to titanium molarity. We can change the size of these spheres. So we add the water very quickly with the mixing, and then we left this solution around 12 to 14 hours. and then we made we centrifuge this solution so we can obtain these spheres, the hydrous diode spheres. And here in the section of results, I'm going to show you, I'm going to make a zoom in the image of the spheres we obtain. Here in this case, shown are the spheres with an average diameter of 250 nanometers, and these were synthesized at a RW of 55. So we can see from the image that these spheres are very similar in size, in diameter. So we can say that they are monodisperse. We also can see that they are unique in the sense that they don't make dimers or trimers or other agglomerated structures. Here we can see a zoom of these hydrous spheres, and in this other graph we can see in the x-axis the average diode 2 sphere size in nanometers, and the RW, the relation of water and titanium, and with MPa as a structure directing agent we can change the size from 950 nanometers, around this size, to 150 nanometers here. So we can see these 6 syntheses that we made, and changing this ratio we change the size of the spheres, and in our case we choose the 250 nanometers spheres to make solar cells, specifically dye sensitized solar cells. And in this case, so this sunlight or photons came to the dye sensitized solar cell structure. First, it passes through a fluorine doped tin oxide, FTO. This is a conductive glass. And then we have a transparent TiO2 layer in which a great quantity of dye is absorbed. And then we have these bigger spheres. This is the 250 nanometers diameter, and these have the function of, they have two functions. The first one is to reflect the light or the photons that were not absorbed in the first travel, so they can be reflected and be absorbed in the transparent TiO2 layer with the dye molecules. The other is that these also work as a surface for the dyes to be absorbed, so they also work in that way. And this work has been proved with other types of hydrous spheres. This is not the first work that has made this, but here we are showing the application of the spheres that were synthesized with the thiol molecule. And we here see the configuration, single layer, it's only transparent TiO2 of the same thickness as the double layer, that it's transparent TiO2 plus the spheres of TiO2. We can see, especially in the short circuit current, that in the single layer we have less current, 17.23 milliamperes cubic centimeter. And then we have 18.96 milliamperes centimeter square. And the efficiency in the first one single layer is 7.75, and in the second one is 9%. So we can see how, especially in the current factor, there is an increase. So the conclusion of this work is that a series of monodisperse hydrous TiO2 spheres were successfully prepared by a sol gel method using trimercaptonic acid as a structure agent and not the typical amines or carboxylic acids. To show the application of these materials, we choose TO2 spheres with an average diameter of 250 nanometers, and we show that they work as an effective reflective layer in dye-sensitized solar cells with a maximum power conversion efficiency of 9%. We thank I and Maria Ocampo Gaspar thank CONACYT for the postdoctoral scholarship, Estancias Postdoctorales por México, and we also thank the research project, the GAPA, PAPIT, and CONACYT projects that we show here for the essential support received at the laboratory level. And references we can see here, and I recommend to follow these ones: controllable synthesis and self-template phase transition of hydrous TiO2 colloidal spheres. And you can see more information in this review. It's highly recommended. And this is all for our work. If you have more questions, you can send me an email, or I will be in the platform of the Congress. Thank you very much for your attention, and I hope you have a nice day.